How's it going, everybody? Doing an eating video here today. It's more Mike and Ike candy. I don't think I've done this one. I'm sure I've eaten each one of these in other boxes because they like to put their same flavors in different boxes, kind of repackage it as its own thing. But, this is a Mike and Ike Red Rages. This one has strawberry, raspberry, watermelon, cherry, and fruit punch. I think I've had almost all of those, maybe one or two max, that have not come in other stuff, but they probably all have come in other boxes before. I think they all look very similar, so. See, I want to say that's watermelon. Yeah. That's definitely watermelon. Oh, this could be strawberry or fruit punch. I actually don't even know. I barely got a taste out of that. That was a fruit punch. The other one must have been strawberry, maybe. The fruit punch looked just like the watermelon one. It's not. I don't know if you can see these. Those colors are not accurate. Alright, here we go. We've got a much. This should be raspberry or cherry. That's raspberry. Let's see if this is too. Those are cherry. Yeah, the strawberry one has like no taste. Not bad overall, though. I do like how they do that, though. They just like grab ones from their other boxes and throw them in this, and like it's Red Rages, it's Easter treats, it's what was that other one? The other ones that were completely different were the cotton candy and the. Oh, cotton candy might have popped up another one too. I'm pretty sure root beer did not. Ikes were one of the go-tos back in Blockbuster. Back in the day when the movie rental places were around. Mike and Ike's was a candy my friends and I would typically get. It was so cheap back then too. Well, the scary thing is, these were $1.50 at Five Below. You can get them for $1 or $1.25. Now at Stop and Shop or Big Lots will sell the ones they have for $1. The thing is, they actually might have been more expensive in some cases back then. Probably not, though. I can't remember what Blockbuster charged for their candies. I do remember one time, there's a couple funny stories from Blockbuster, not really kind of funny, I guess. It was, I don't know when it would have been, but they had just put in their, like, credit card reader, you know, like the ones you see in the store now. And we go up to the counter, and one friend just starts fucking with it, and the person behind the counter was like, please stop playing with that. Like, he was just sitting, he's like, what the fuck is this? Another time, this was late 90s, I believe, or early 2000s. Maybe it was like 2000 or 2001. It was probably between like 99 and like 2001. My friend had a cell phone at that point. He was the only one out of us that did at that point. It was a pretty beefy one at that point. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't later. Whatever, either way. The line was fucking long as fuck, and they were taking a month up there. And he like calls the front desk from the line and starts asking questions. I thought that was funny. But we used to. We were a bunch of rental places in Massapequa. There were quite a few even before Blockbuster. I want to say Blockbuster got to my town in maybe like 89 or 88. There's West Coast Video, which was another chain, but not as big as Blockbuster. They might have been at a point, but they didn't last long. That was over by the high school. There's Adam and Eve Video, which my mom would bring me to when I was in elementary school. I remember renting like Nintendo games there and Game Boy games and shit. That was on Broadway. There was South Shore Video, which I think was by the Dunkin' Donuts and that little thing right next to where IHOP used to be. Or maybe that was Family Video. There was two. I think that was South Shore. I want to say Family Video might have been over by Burns Park. There was MGM Video, which was further down, closer to Amityville, by the Nautilus Diner. I know I'm like saying these things as if 99% of you watching won't know what the fuck they are. Places they won't be, you know, but what the hell is that place? There was those. There was another one. There was another two Blockbusters that opened up in Massapequa a little bit later than that. And then Hollywood Video appeared. But Blockbuster was like the king of those ones. They pretty much put a ton of those out of business. West Coast was also pretty big. The other ones were all smaller stores. Actually, the MGM was somewhat big, and then Hollywood Video came, but they were at least here on Long Island. There's the one that was around for a bit. It was up Hicksville Road and Jerusalem Avenue. That one was good. They had the Game Crazy. Some of the Hollywood Videos would have Game Crazies. I used to go into Game Crazy more than Hollywood Video. And then I was more sad that Game Crazy was gone. But they were open till at least maybe 2010 or something like that. And then there was another one, once again across from Burns Park. But they opened like in 2000, I don't even know, like 4 or 5, real late in the game. And they were gone like 3 years later. Now most of the Blockbusters were gone. The Blockbuster that I went to the most, me and my friends went to the most, was like a 10-minute walk on Sunrise Highway. Was I want to say that closed mid-2006. And then there were 2 others that I think closed later. Or maybe around the same time. I can't remember. MGM actually lasted maybe the longest out of all of them. But they were like a shell of themselves at the end, you know. It's kind of a shame, but what are you gonna do? The last thing I got from the Blockbuster I used to go to was, I believe the game was called Project Snowblind. And the PS2 was like February 06 or January. I'm pretty sure that Blockbuster was gone like a few months later. The other ones might have pushed a little bit longer. Like the Adam and Eves and stuff were gone well before. You know, Adam and Eve was, and I think South Shore Video was, and Family Video were all gone even like, you know, well before the fucking demise of the rental store. They kind of just, like I said, Blockbuster kind of fucked a lot of these ones. But I would go, me and my friends would go to other ones too, you know. We would just specifically go to Blockbuster. You'd always go, you know, sometimes they'd have the movie you wanted. And you can rent games from these places too, which was cool. And Adam and Eve was not an adult store. It's not an adult video store. But there was a, you know, it was good times back then, you know, doing that shit. You're sitting in there for fucking 45 minutes. I mean, you do it now when you're looking for shit to stream, but there's just something to, like, the whole experience of going up there, grabbing some candy, grabbing a new release and shit, and hoping it would be there. That's the one plus of streaming, definitely over rentals, is that you always are going to be able to get what you want. Stops are few and far between these days. They're all closing. I'm not like the biggest fan of GameStop. I also do not hate GameStop by any stretch. I've gotten plenty of shit from them over the years. But kind of sad when they're gone too. The plus is there's a boom on Long Island of retro game stores, and those things aren't going anywhere for the time being. They've actually probably helped get rid of GameStop too. It's always fun You'll go to those retro game stores. I don't know. I would love to almost commit myself to just going back and playing older stuff. But it's like very hard for me to do. I just started to lose interest in the games. Although, admittedly, I know the PS5s are like almost impossible to find. The Series S, the Xbox Series S, is always at Best Buy. And every time I look, they're always available, but there's nothing really like, if I was getting a PS5, I was able to get one today. At least Ratchet and Clank would be a game that's just for the PS5. The Xbox doesn't have that yet, so I don't really fucking, not that I wouldn't play games that are enhanced for it and look better on it, but whatever. I was gonna say, when it comes to the fucking Xbox One, admittedly, I'm losing interest. I have a bunch of shit to play, but I'm like, clamoring for something fresh. But PS5s are impossible to get, and the Xbox just doesn't. I've played a lot of those games, like the Halo Infinite and Resident Evil 8 and shit like that. So there's nothing really there. A lot of people are really raving about Elden Ring, but I'm not. I don't know how much I'll be into those because I was never overly into the other games they did. Right? It's the people who did the Dark Souls games, Demon Souls, a Bloodborne, right? I can play them, but I'm not overly into them. I'm fucking waiting for that Elder Scrolls 6. Fucking give me some action, Or part of me is like, I would love to. I can't. It's so hard for me to do, like, maybe the Xbox or the PS2. Specifically, like, I would love to dive deep into like games I missed out on playing for those systems. I probably should do it like X-Men Legends and shit. I was playing a good amount of Haunted Mansion, and then I stopped. I was enjoying it, but that's what I do. I kind of move on, and I can't commit myself. End of the box. See what happens. I'd love to be able to commit to the older system. It's hard. I was looking at some original Xbox game mods the other day. see them, if you can, like, it's so hard to get even more than like 5 games in a lot that you're interested in playing, and then you're like, I'm stuck with these other games I don't want. And maybe you look out and you end up liking 1 or 2 of them, but it's very hard to find a lot where every game